Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, I'm actually starting this video from a different shed because it kind of ties into my topic just a little bit that we're going to talk about today. I might come back out here in a little bit, but it's about switching platforms. And this isn't necessarily about me, although I have made some changes and I'll highlight those in here. This is going to be more about one particular platform that I've been getting a lot of messages from people who are not selling on eBay, and they're asking me questions about it, and I'm wondering what the heck is going on. We're gonna explore that a little bit today, and I have some cool sales. There's one in particular I'm super excited to show you. Let's go take a look. I'm gonna have to apologize in advance. You may see a little bit, or may hear a little bit in the background. They're out there working on the baseboards for that flooded basement we had. And the dogs don't like that noise, or they like treats or something. So I'll pull a couple items. We're gonna get into this topic a little bit. Let me see if I can find this particular one. Whoop, that might be it. Sometimes I'm just shocked by, you know, you look at an item like this and you think, oh, that's not gonna be really good. Well, check this out. This sketchbook Mickey and Minnie ornament sold for $34.95 plus shipping. Not something that I would have looked at and said, oh, I gotta get that thing. But now I'll look for those sketchbooks. That's a pretty good sale right there. I really love learning some new things. You know, it's simple stuff like this. You know, if you do it enough, that stuff kind of gets back in your head a little bit. But let's do a little context before I get into the specific thing here. I've made some changes lately. I've talked about them over time. I have simplified my reselling a little bit, and we're just on a few platforms. Of course, I still obviously sell on eBay. I hear a lot about, you know, I'm leaving eBay, I'm doing whatever, and then I'm hearing something that might surprise some of you. Some people who used to sell on Amazon who are no longer selling on Amazon for a multitude of reasons, which if you're an Amazon seller, let me know if this is you down there. I've heard from quite a few people lately in the back channels and the messages like, hey, I got to sell off all this Amazon inventory. And, you know, a lot of folks are talking about now, you know, not selling on eBay or going full-time live selling or whatever. That's just not an option for a whole lot of people. But I want to talk about the people that are coming over to eBay for the very first time, because it seems like there's a lot of those people leaving Amazon to do that, and it's a totally different ballgame. So I'm curious to see if anybody's in that situation. My context was simplifying my reselling by basically focusing hard on eBay. And I'm doing it at a time where I hear a lot of people saying they're going to move away from that, which I think is a big mistake. I've gone into the details of why I think that. But it's not a mistake for everybody. And I don't do Mercari anymore. I don't do Poshmark anymore. I still sell on a few platforms. And of course, the district platforms that we have, all the Dibdit and the Dibdit subsidiaries over there, is my main focus. So I've simplified my business and I'm much happier. Do a little bit of that throughout the video and talk a little bit more about Amazon, because I don't know much about Amazon. It might surprise you to know that I just have basically never sold on Amazon. I put this one out earlier. I changed this up a little bit. These are Budweiser frogs, and these actually go for decent money. I've got them listed for $14.95. My listing, I think, is better than a lot of folks over there. I changed, not that you care, but these used to be up here, but there's just a few of these Taz ones left, so I put them all in the same drawer. And these are cool, little blasts from the past. They're bottle toppers. I think you can actually open the bottle with them. I'm not entirely sure, but these are cool. I sourced these over on Shop Comments, my own site, actually, which is kind of cool. And so there's enough margin at a multi-quantity listing that I thought it was a really good idea. They're not plastic. They're like rubbery. And hopefully I'll sell through them. Might take a long time, but we'll make some money on them. The Bud Frog. What did he used to say, y'all? I cannot remember what he used to say. Let's do a giveaway real quick. Now I remember it. It was 3 frogs, and one would say Bud, one would say Wise, and one would say Haven't done a giveaway in a while, so I thought I'd throw it at the beginning of the video. And sorry that saw is going on out there while we do this giveaway. My Reseller Genie bag, I found one. I thought I was out. I need to ask those folks to send me some more to give away. And this nice big giant IKEA bag will give it away. Just put I Dream of Genie in the comments. You can always go over there, y'all. It's not too late. I'll pull up last year's numbers. MyResellerGenie.com. Use code Commonwealth, 15% off your first month. Always look over here at the Care Bears. There goes the saw again. And over here to see if I have a Care Bear. And I'm looking for Bedtime Bear, which I think is blue. So they're not up there. Look at that, right out there in front. I think that's right. Is this a bigger one? Yeah, there was one that was a little bigger, and this is one of them. I bought a ton of these for $4 a piece because they were in such great shape. Some of them we sold for up to upwards of $24, $25, some for $20. This one sold for $14.95, so not a ton of profit in that one, but it was worth the deal as a whole. That one didn't sit really well. This is, let's look at the year on this. Should be the first year or second, I think. I don't even see it on this one. Just say made in Haiti. And I'm gonna look at this one for y'all, because I don't come across these big bears very often. They're both by Kenner. And man, maybe I should wait to do this video. That saw's going like crazy out there. At any rate, normally you'll see the dates on there. These are the older ones, and I don't think I've ever sold one that intermediate size. I've sold the giant ones, and of course these, but whatever, it sold for 15 bucks plus shipping. I feel bad going in there. All those, well, there's 3 folks in there working. At any rate, one of them is Bubba's fiance's brother. So this one, let me double check, because I have a couple Braves jackets. This is, yeah, there it is. $45 plus shipping for this one. It's an old diamond. This is actually one heck of a deal somebody got. I took the offer. I don't know what I had it listed for. More than that. And they sent a $40 offer, and I was like, I don't think so. But I sent them a $45, and they said, okay, we'll do it. So what the heck, I'm making money on it for sure. $45 plus shipping. Like I said, I've been hearing from quite a few Amazon folks. I'd say maybe half a dozen in the last 15 to 20 days. And the stories are all different, and they could, you know, be a wide variety of stuff, like, you know, the restrictions they're putting back on me that I didn't have before, the fees, the storage fees, you know, it's the margins with everything is just shrinking too much. And there's a lot of changes going on over there. I don't know if that's true because I'm not over there, but I'm getting those messages, which to me means that something's going on. I've even had a message from one gentleman who's like, yeah, they completely took me off the platform for one item. I'm like, really? So, you know, maybe not the most stable of marketplaces. Let me know if you're an Amazon person out there, if you have had any of this really affect your business and thought about making changes with it. I'm really curious. And the other thing I've been seeing is that the returns are way up over there. I don't know if that's the case as well. I can tell you my returns have been up so far this year on eBay. I don't know why, but they definitely are. And it's not the typical, you know, after Christmas kind of stuff. But my return rate, I like to keep it under 2%. I need to check it and see if it's crept up back over 2%. Because if you get over that 2% level, you're really losing some big bucks. We just did a sale over on shopcommons.net. And have some stuff headed out of here. Matter of fact, you might see my mom and dad. They said they'd come by and pick it up for me. This felt pin, it's been here a long time. Finally sold over here on eBay. It's in New York City. It's kind of a cool one, actually. It's got some dust. I'll have to clean it off before I ship it. It's not a big one. And it's got the Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty, 1957. I'm going to get some tape and just take some of the dust off of it. Sold for $14 plus shipping on 30% off. I've been staring at that one for a long time. I came across quite a few felt pinnets that a lot of them sold pretty quick for decent money. And this one, for whatever reason, just did not sell. But it has finally sold. I'm happy about it. All right, Amazon folks, need to talk to you down in the comments. I need to understand this a little bit. You know, I think, you know, the popular opinion is there's so many people selling on eBay, it's hard to sell on eBay anymore. The numbers have actually been going down for sellers ever since the end of COVID. They spiked way up. So I don't necessarily think that's true. And, you know, economic changes do affect things. There's no doubt. And we've had roller coaster rides over the last few years in reselling and just in general. The labor market makes a big difference as well. If there's plentiful jobs out there, then people have better options. They don't have to sell. Then there's the casual seller as well. I don't think there's a ton of casual Amazon sellers out there. I could be wrong. Tell me if you are a casual Amazon seller in the comments below. By the way, I did just check my return numbers, and it did creep over 2%, 2.06. So it's basically 2%. And I like it to be in the ones. So that is pretty unfortunate. This one right here, you know, I don't do a ton of plush under 15 bucks. And this one I decided, what the heck, because the sell-through rate for some reason on this was okay. I was like, all right, we'll put it out there. And then I put a 5% offer on it very quickly, and it sold for $10.50 plus shipping. What is the, oh, it's Fortnite. There you go. Fortnite plush. Next sale is really cool. It was my favorite find, although there's two. I don't want to spoil it because these videos are starting to come out on Commonwealth Picker. just from last month when I went down to Florida. There was a lot of great stuff I found for decent money that's going to sell and make me some money. But this one was my favorite, even though it wasn't the top dollar one. I only paid $1 for this. It's a cool sale. You'll see it soon. I was laying on a bed with a bunch of Steelers stuff. And I brought it to him. I'm like, there's no price on this thing. And the lady's like, oh, towels are $1. And I'm like, sweet. This is the Terrible Towel. This is the old one, y'all. You'll see terrible towels for the Steelers out there. And they don't go for all that much money. But if you can find one made in the USA... This one has a tag on it. It's got Made in the USA towel. It's vintage. It's super cool. And the comps, I bought it not knowing what the comps were, and I saw a comp out there for like 90 bucks on a very, very similar one. And this one was just a little different. Like the towel was a little different, but it still had the felt lettering and everything. This thing sold for $69.95 plus shipping. So one into that. I loved that sale. Next one I'm just going to show you right here, because this is one, if I pull it all out, I don't like to unravel these posters, but 3 Disney posters. We sell these every couple of weeks or so. $24.95, I think, is what they sell for plus shipping, but you're looking at it right now. Also had to shout out New York, I Love Vintage NYC. Speaking of changing platforms, I had sold, when I had shut down my Mercari, right before I did, I sold some Easter eggs, some blow mold Easter eggs. And I had shut it down literally the same day, I believe. And I think what happened was because of that, I thought maybe one happened before the other, and I did not take this one off my eBay account. It didn't auto do it and all that stuff. And so I sold something that I didn't have 2 of, and I thought I did. I only had 1 of. She was gracious enough to take a different color. So we appreciate you out there very much. You're a big buyer over on the Dibdit things as well, and a seller. So thank you for that. And back to the topic. So Amazon sellers, I want to hear from, I've already said this, but I want to hear something else as well. Is there anybody in here watching this that used to sell on Amazon and now is completely on eBay? Let me know how the transition went, the differences in your opinion, and whether you like it more or less. Anybody else contemplating a big change in their business? We don't make big changes, wholesale changes, but we do make changes from time to time. Here's the key right there. It's Camaro Z28, 1046 on these. I think that's what we get for them. I've been selling them for years. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you remember this buy. We had tons of them. Like, it'll take forever, but man, we're going to make some money. That one's pretty cool. Since I still had my page up with my return rate on, I want to ask you guys what's your return rate down below. I'm always curious, and it varies from time to time. But there's 2 other things I just want to bring up really quick, get your input about it. One of them, to me, is the late shipment rate. I never ship anything late. I just don't understand why there's always something showing for a late shipment rate. So I guess it has to do with the scan and delivery and all those things, which I think is part of the problem for folks over on Amazon. I've heard a lot lately as well, which is a lot of what Amazon requires out of their sellers is out of the seller's control. And sometimes that can really hurt you, especially if there's weather and delivery and different stuff like that. And it really does take a toll out of people over there. I'm wondering if there's anybody who's had that difficulty. My late shipment rate is 1.96%, and I don't ship things late. I mean, every once in a while, I suppose it's possibly happened, but I can't even think of one. But it shows that I have that rate. By the way, eBay allows a 3% before they knock you down, and you're not allowed to be top rated. So it's something to keep in mind. And you can also challenge some of those things. And if it ever got close to 3%, I would get on there and sift through it. You look at the full report and see if you can't get eBay to change those things. So, and that's over, I think, what, a 3-month period. So, you know, they go back one month before this, and then they give you your full report. And I know you can get those things changed. But I think the most important number is the one that a lot of people kind of miss. I think that tracking, well, I'll get to the other one in a minute, but the tracking uploaded and validated on time, that's what should make the difference, not the late shipment rate. That we can't control a lot of that. What we can control is tracking uploaded on time and validated. That we can control. This is a Tigger. It's actually a pretty cool Tigger with that vest, and it has a tag on it right there. It's a little older Disney tag. It says $25. And this one sold for $16 plus shipping. To me, if you want to remain top rated, which I think is a really big deal, I really do, it can really hurt your store. The biggest number that people kind of miss, Dave's talk about this, of course, is that transaction defect rate. And I have 2 right now. And, you know, that's either canceling for being out of stock, or that's cases closed without reseller resolution, which, by the way, thank you to I Love Vintage NYC, because that would have been that case if had you not accepted that other thing. And there's things you can do to mitigate it. You know, sometimes you can ship something very similar and give a refund. I know a lot of people say they'll go buy the exact same item and ship it and stuff. I don't think I've ever done that before. But there are different things you can try to do for sure. So, but the other part of it is, besides canceling being out of stock, is, or if you break an item, you know, if you break an item or something, it's, you find it and it was listed, and then by the time you're shipping it, it's not in that good a shape. You know, that's going to hurt you too. Cases closed without seller resolution. So you got to pay attention to your messages and all the stuff and the time frames they give you, which is not very much. I mean, let's face it. The buyer has 30 days and we got, like, you know, hours or whatever it is, 24 hours or something, 2 days before you resolve it. And sometimes you're not at the post office and you can't get a return or something. So anyway, that's the big one. And they allow you up to 0.5%. And right now I have 2, so that's at 0.28%. So I could do one more. But I also have one of those 2 dropping off because it was a couple months ago. So there's that, to me, is a big number if you want to keep your eBay account healthy. I currently have no cases closed without resolution, and I usually don't have any. Every once in a blue moon I might. These are cool. Some of you might be like, they only sold for that much? Harley Davidson shirts, they only sold together for $20, $19.92 plus shipping or something like that on discount. But it's because they're extra small, y'all. Extra small woman's shirts. So hard sellers, which is why I put them together, gave the person a little bit more of an incentive. But they are really high quality shirts for sure. So I got these in a giant bundle. I think this might have been part of that Death Pile Picker bundle from like 2 years ago. So $20 plus shipping. All right, Reagan's got one sale. It's not out of CommonwealthPicker.com today. It is actually, we sold it over on shopcommons.net. So who bought that IKEA bag?
Mary did.
Mary. Is it Mary or Marcy?
It says Mary.
Oh, well, then it probably is Mary. Sometimes I can't remember. She's been shipping lately. She was in here helping me last night. So thank you, Reagan.
Bye, and don't forget to get your stickers at CommonwealthPicker.com.
I took a break for a minute to let them finish up all that sawing out there. And now I hear the dogs barking outside. So there's always something here. This is a Game of Thrones. This is a, I don't know, was it Hot Topic or something? I can't remember. Exclusive. And it didn't sell for a long time. Sold on 30% off, though. $10.49 plus shipping. Another 30% off item. This one did not sell. And I had it at a decent price. So as soon as it went on 30% off, it sold pretty quick. I don't think it was used. It does have, I think, everything with it. I'm not sure the game is with it, though. Anyway, $63 plus shipping. Yeah. All right, Turner has a frog joke since I sold a frog today. What's your joke, bud? Commonwealth comedy.
Why are frogs so happy?
Why are frogs so happy? I don't know. Why are frogs so happy?
They just eat whatever bugs them. Let me just stop.
Hey, they're just playing. Thank you, bud.
Bye.
Haven't done too many when in doubt, parted out items lately. Here is one out of my little bin here, which I really need to use a little bit better. All of these toys and stuff, individual figures, they need to be all in here is what I'm trying to do, but I just never have the time to get around to it. But I have parts in here and individual figures, which there's not too many of them left, so got to do some readjusting. By the way, there's another argument for not doing a SKU system, is you can readjust based on the merchandise you currently have. I left my Div Ditch stream on. Pickin' Paradise is live over there. How's he doing, y'all? Yeah, he's kicking bits. Sells comic books. Great dude. Met him down in Florida. All right, this is the item right here. This is, I don't know what it is. Probably just read. G.I. Joe Equalizer Tank Replacement Piece, 1989. This sold for $18.95 plus shipping. Y'all, if you like comics, he gives great deals over here. If you're a comic book guy, Pickin' Paradise, you should go follow him. He's doing Silver Surfer right here. 50th issue, anniversary issue. $5. See what it goes for. I don't know about you, but I'm intrigued. $5, good deal. I'll tell you, if I had to go back 25 years, I would learn comic books for sure. And that is just, I know more now than I did, say, 5 years ago. But I'm still not an expert on it. Nowhere even near, for that matter. And that's one. I didn't do comic books growing up, so it just never really interested me. But man, I see some of these people doing comic books and doing so well. And if I knew, I would do, I think I could do pretty good. Scooby-Doo 766 for that keychain. Mini book keychain. Cartoon Network. Sold another little Mary Kay. I have not come across a good cosmetic buy in a while, and I need one for my wife over there. She sells on Polish and Brush now. I think it should be this one. It should be the only one left that I have. And we had a bunch of them. That's why the rubber band's on it, which I don't like putting rubber bands on everything. But Downtown Brown lipstick, $24.95 plus shipping. All these Old Faithfuls today. This is like the Old Faithful here. That old set of drawers is like the Old Faithful. I really need to use this space, but maybe I will here soon. Kevin Nash. We're getting super low on the Kevin Nashes. We still have quite a few of some of the other ones, but these are going out for, what are they going out for? Like $10? $9.07, I think. We only have 4 of the Kevin Nashes left. That'll be the first one we sold out of the Hogan ones first, and I think we're out of the Stings. Nash will be next, and then generic ones, and there's a few different ones over there still. So not making a bunch of money, but we're doing it over and over and over again. Speaking of not making a lot of money, but doing it over and over and over again, you've been seeing me sell these forever. It won't be too much longer, and you won't see me selling them anymore because they are getting low. The last medium, and then these smalls for these Nike Dry Fit tees. And they have done really well for us. These are, you know, smalls are tough, so they're going out on discount at this point, but we're into them for $1 a piece. And this is selling for $10.46 plus shipping. And we bought hundreds of these, y'all. All right, it's shill time right here real quick. So thank you, of course, for going over and using the link for American Bubble Boy. It's much appreciated. And for using, if you're buying tape over there, I love the 3-inch tape. Using code Commonwealth on mygototape.com, or you can buy it through American Bubble Boy. It's the same company. I absolutely love it. I ordered just a ton the other day. And in case you're wondering, I do use my own link, so I get 5% off. But I do pay for the tape. So dogs won in here, and I got to get running. One more request. Listen, I know a lot of you don't want to live sell, and I'm not asking anybody to, because I'm kind of that way with myself. And it's not right for everybody. But I'll tell you what, there is some serious sourcing going on. I gotta let the dog in. All right, y'all. You're lucky. I know Mama just left. You're lucky. I feel bad for him when nobody's here. It's just me and Turner. We gotta go to practice, so I gotta hustle up here and get the shipping done. But there is a lot, you know, a lot of you can't source right now. I wouldn't say this earlier, but I'm gonna say it now because it's true. If you go over to all these Dibdits we have, dibdit.com, and then go to these threads and stuff, you can find the right marketplace. You can source. I've been sourcing over there. A lot of people have. So I highly suggest going and checking it out. At least just do me a favor and go over there and click on those stores and be a member of those marketplaces. I might put them all down below while I'm yapping here. I think you'll find a cool community, and there's chats over there. You can ask questions about all kinds of stuff. Doesn't have to be about live selling. Doesn't have to be about the marketplace. It could just be like, hey, this is what I found. Should I buy it? You can do that in the threads. It's like a Discord or a Facebook group in that way. And I'd love to see some of y'all over there. So anyway, there's my show for the day. Thank y'all for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next.